How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at my newest Dollar Tree Blu-ray and DVD haul. This is part 13, and really quickly before we get on, I'd like to thank you guys, because I wouldn't have got to 13 without you. This has quickly become the most successful series on this channel, and so to everyone who's watched and liked and subscribed, thank you guys. You really are helping this series out. And like I said, part 13, so if you guys want to check out the series from the beginning, at the end of the video there should be the playlist for all the hauls. And yes, part 13, fun, creepy number around the Halloween season. These are mainly going to be horror movies, and I'm going to actually be doing 13 movies. Now, I only managed to find one Blu-ray this time, but I got 12 DVDs, and they're all fun, scary movies. So, it's going to be a bit of a longer haul, and I'd actually be curious in the comments, do you guys like, shorter bite-sized videos, or do you prefer longer videos, kind of like a podcast style or something? I'd definitely be curious to know. I'm thinking, if I counted right, the next Dollar Tree haul actually should be the 200th video I made for the Movie Castle, 200th video on the Movie Castle overall, and I'm thinking to celebrate, I might do an extra long Dollar Tree haul, so if you guys like that, definitely let me know. Anyway, starting off, like I said, this is haul number 13, and by a huge coincidence, the first movie we're looking at here is Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut. This is the reboot. Some people mistakenly refer to this as a remake. It in no way tries to remake the events of the first Friday the 13th movie. This is a rebooted continuity. It actually takes place between parts 2 and 3 of the original movie series, but in a rebooted continuity where it's the early 2000s instead of the 80s. Flip it over to the back. Killer Cut includes theatrical release and special extended version. So you get two cuts of the movie. The original 97-minute and the extended version is 106. So this is actually 9 minutes longer. It's a really fun remake. They stick to the formula. They do it right. Very fun, gory, great slasher. Critics, of course, hated it, but that probably means they were doing the right thing then. Anyway, open it up. Just the same as the front cover. Big Blu-ray on the bottom, Friday the 13th Killer Cut. Really fun reboot of the series, sticking to the roots, doing it right. I was really glad to pick this up. I, of course, already had this movie on DVD, but I had been kind of wanting to upgrade it to Blu-ray, and hey, I got to do that for just $1, so that is fun to get an upgrade for $1. Put that over there. And moving on to another big one I found, The Silence of the Lambs Collector's Edition. Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, Scott Glenn. For those of you who don't know, Silence of the Lambs, there's a serial killer running around. Jodie Foster works for the FBI, and she goes to see Anthony Hopkins, who's a serial killer that they've already got locked up, and she's trying to get advice from him how to catch this other serial killer. It's really a great movie. I already had actually a Blu-ray and a DVD of this, but why I picked this one up is this collector's edition. You flip it over to the back, it's got a ton of special features, and my other releases are, quite unfortunately, I think pretty bare bones. So I picked this up just to get this bonus disc here, all these special features, and we open it up. The main disc, the feature, disc 2 with the special features, really cool green with the moth design, but you also get another bonus feature, these little cards here. Dr. Hannibal Lecter requests the presence of your company for dinner, RSVP. Flip it over, they're all special Silence of the Lambs themed stuff. No human meat, don't worry, because Hannibal Lecter was a cannibal. fava bean risotto, deviled lamb's tongue, foie gras and fava bean salad, chicken liver and fava bean croissante, not sure how to pronounce that, not French, and then roast saddle of lamb, and then that should be back at the beginning with the fava bean risotto. Anyway, so little recipe cards are a really fun bonus feature there, a physical bonus feature. Really glad to get that bonus disc, that collector's edition, upgrade it in my collection. Anyway, moving on now, I picked up this movie called The Convent, rather. Forgive Us Our Sins. Now, for those of you who follow this channel, quite recently in a VHS collection video, part 2, I talked about another movie called The Convent from the early 2000s, which I really, really do love. This is a different movie called The Convent. It's much easier to find, but I have no idea if this is good or not. The one from the early 2000s was, but these are completely different movies. And I kept stumbling across this when I was looking for the other one. I'm like, well, I'll pick it up for $1. Early 17th century, a young woman is falsely accused. She runs away to this convent and finds that the people at the convent aren't exactly practicing what she knows as regular religion. So, it might get pretty spooky there. And the creepy nun from the front is on the disc as well, so that's pretty cool. Disc art, cover art, pushed aside so she wouldn't have the hole in the middle of the face. Up next, Sheborg. Part woman, part machine, total destruction. Gotta love a cool monster design. I hope this monster design is actually in the movie. Sometimes they're not. I hope it actually is. And I do love the 1950s/60s-esque title, Sheborg. But anyway, alien fugitive crash lands on Earth and starts turning people into cyborgs that need to feed on animal flesh. And these people have to stop her before the town is completely destroyed. But seems pretty fun. I don't know if it's a campy monster movie, modern sci-fi, or if it's more horror than anything. I'm not sure, but hey, there she is again on the front disc. And yeah, this is one that I saw at Walmart for like $10. I didn't get to pick it up then, but hey, I saw it again at the Dollar Tree for just $1. I'll give it a shot. The next movie is actually quite like that. Saw this at Walmart for $10. Didn't pick it up then, but I'll pick it up now for significantly cheaper. Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. Now, it seems like quite recently, within the last year or two, there have been a lot more mermaid horror. I don't know what's up with that, but I'll check it out, especially for $1. But you see, she looks like a normal lady. She's got a mountain of skulls underneath the water. It's all red, and you see she's much creepier below the water. So modern Scream Factory. Scream Factory did lots of older movies. Their modern stuff is kind of hit or miss. Their older stuff is usually really good, though. So a Scream Factory movie, and you get this lady and her fiance. The mermaid shows up and decides that the mermaid wants the fiance for her own, and the lady does not want that, so they kind of get in a battle for her fiance there. So that sounds like an interesting plot. Definitely want to check it out. There's the disc, which is a little version of the cover again, as most of the time these discs are. But seems pretty fun there. Moving on, Territory 8. There is no escape. So it looks like a nuclear or chemical weapon explodes in the Nevada desert, and there's a quarantine for a whole bunch of the city, 8 square miles of quarantine, and these scientists discover a conspiracy and are trying to tell the world, but unfortunately the world's kind of gone crazy and there's violent marauders everywhere. They have to get out past that. The explosion here, one guy looking off at it, big city, and that cover, that picture is repeated as the disc art. Pretty cool idea. I do like do like nuclear wasteland movies, so have to check this out for $1. So, Territory 8. Anyway, up next, this is the movie right in the middle, number 7. Alex Esso and Georgie Dubois in Red Island, Awaken the Evil. You get them on either side of the creepy totem pole. And you flip it to the back, and it says that they're trying to repair a stale relationship. The girl is an archaeologist, so he takes her to this island full of Native American artifacts. They find a creepy mask, but it disappears, and they begin to suspect they've released an agent spirit there, so that's going to be haunting them down. There's some cool, creepy woodland shots, so that definitely looks fun to see them on this abandoned island full of creepy carvings and masks and spirits. Escaping the island is their only chance for survival. So yeah, definitely have to check that out. That looks fun. Anyway, that's the movie in the middle. We've done 7. We got 6 more to go. Alright, up next we have Jerry Ryan and Marianne Jean Baspiet in Secret in the Walls. They are not alone. And you get this cool wall with these nice leaf carvings on it. Patterned walls, like thick, actually carved into the walls pattern work. Used to be really big in old houses, and they don't do that much anymore. They're probably a pain in the butt to repair if you like scratched them. You had to actually match the pattern. But this one's broken, and you get this guy poking his face through. That sounds pretty creepy. But terror for sale. Rachel Easton, Jerry Ryan from TV's Body of Proof, just purchased her dream home. So spacious, charming, and offers a new beginning for her and her daughters. But of course, there's an evil in the house, and she has to figure out what it is and what she can do to save her family. It seems like, there's haunted houses, but there's a whole haunted house subgenre of, oops, I moved into a haunted house, trying to start your life anew, and oops, this new house we bought, it's evil. But anyway, there's the disc art. It's a original image for the disc art, which I do like. Still going through the walls, but instead of the face looking through the wall, it's a hand just scratching, ripping through the wallpaper. Really cool. I love when the disc art is original, so I always have to point that out. Original disc art. Up next, if you guys were around for Dollar Tree Haul Part 12, American Poltergeist. Now, in Part 12, you may remember I picked up this version of American Poltergeist. So I talked about how, in Part 12, when we saw this one, that American and Poltergeist were 2 words that were very commonly used in low-budget horror movies. They have a bit of a brand to them, and they're copyright-free, so people love to do it. And I was like, yeah, American and Poltergeist, 2 common words. Well, cut to this Dollar Tree Haul Part 13, and I found another movie also called American Poltergeist, but this time without a subtitle. Now, I'm wondering if these 2 movies are, like, one's an original and one's a sequel, but they don't seem to have anything to do with each other on the plots on the back. So, it seems like it's just a coincidence. So anyway, focusing on this one. I'll watch this one first, because it doesn't have a subtitle. If they are sequels, this would be the first one, but I don't think they're sequels. But based on a true urban legend, it's the Lizzie Borden house. Apparently, Lizzie Borden was there. Then later there was another murder, and now people are renting it out for the fall semester who, they want a nice vacation. They want to have fun. But unfortunately, there's apparently going to be ghosts in there. This does have one thing that kind of bugs me in horror movies when they're like, oops, we moved into a house with a famous murder. Famous murder houses, you don't usually get the chance to accidentally move into them. If they're famous murder houses, usually everyone will know, but also usually they'll turn into tourist attractions, which I think the real Borden house is. So yeah, you can't accidentally move into it because it's a tourist attraction. Anyway, there's the disc on the front, much like the front cover there, but without the girls and the little teddy bear they got. But anyway, fun concept, move into a haunted house, and it's a Lizzie Borden movie. Up next, one I had seen for quite a while, hadn't picked it up yet, finally picked it up. City of Dead Men. Get this kid with a mask on, won an award. Gravitas Ventures. This guy named Michael is a young American tourist running from his own demons. He goes to Colombia, and in Colombia, he meets a group of rough little friends there, and they live in an abandoned psychiatric hospital for children. And while he has his own problems and he has these crazy friends, he also begins to think that this psychiatric hospital is haunted. So, got to deal with a ghost in a big abandoned building, a children's psychiatric hospital. That's always a fun thing. Love those types of movies. And hey, get to check this out for $1. I'd seen it around for quite a bit, finally picked it up, so it is an older one there. Up next, this movie, Hansel and Gretel Get Baked. Now, I'm not really a fan of stoner comedies, but this actually looks more like an art house movie. I kind of thought it was funny. You got that serious Gretel and Hansel movie, and then you get this one here. And I was just going to pass it by, but I was reading through the back, and it actually looks quite clever. They use metaphor in this one where the witch is a drug dealer, and instead of candy, it's drugs. So that actually sounds like a clever update on the tale there, and it's not just a goofy movie, I don't think. Plus, it's a Tribeca Film Festival movie, so this is actually probably quite serious. But yeah, I do like, to see updated metaphor-type movies. There's the inside, same as the front. Green smoke on the disc, and an ad for the Tribeca Film Festival. You can see it's either around the block or the globe there. So, yeah, Tribeca Film Festival movie for just $1. I'll check it out, see what's up with it. Could be fun. In the remaining movies, all have slipcases. I don't know why I say the slipcases for the end, but I did. Isabelle with Amanda Crew and Adam Brody. I know I had seen this movie around. I never picked it up, but I know I've seen it around because of this striking red cover, and then her eyes are regular colors. Her hair actually goes over the edge there. Look on the back, spooky face, some pictures from the movie. Dream New England home for this couple, but of course they move in, there's a ghost. So much like Secret in the Walls, this is an oops, we accidentally moved into a haunted house type movie. Let's take it out of the slipcover, same deal. And the disc is very similar to the front cover, just rearranged to fit a disc. And I do love that image with all the red there. So, really cool, another haunted house movie. Gotta love the moved into a haunted house movie. Now this is actually number 12. Number 13, The Odds. This is the final movie we have to take a look at. What are you willing to lose for $1 million? And you get her and a bunch of tools in front of her. A saw, a knife, a hammer. And you flip it to the back and you find a woman enters a warehouse type facility, and there's a guy in there, and they say that there are other people around the world, and they're all taking part in this game of pain, to see who can take the most pain, and the last person left wins $1 million, but she can't even see who the other people are, how they're doing, or even if they're, there. But you see her sticking her hand in this flame, in this candle, for the I'm guessing one of the earlier challenges, but I think it gets pretty intense. Some games aren't fair. 5 stars, intense and impressive from Acting Hour. And this might only have 2 people in it, I don't know. But, oh no, there's more. I'm reading the credits down there. But anyway, yeah, a good locked in a warehouse, how much pain can you take? This one looked pretty good, so I was glad to pick it up and see if it's as good as it looks. The disc is, again, a rearranged version of the front cover. She's more off to the side, so she's not in the hole, and the odds is put right above her shoulder there. But anyway, looks fun. Looks like almost like that movie Would You Rather, but probably with less people, more artsy and low budget, though. But looks fun. So I had to pick it up, and I really do love this cover of her with all that stuff in front of her. Looks cool. Striking red jacket against this gray background and big logo, The Odds. So that seems fun. Anyway, so that's 13 movies. Really glad to check them all out. Let me know if you guys want to know more about any of these. I might, no promises, I might be able to get to some individual reviews. Anyway, to everyone who's made it this far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks with another Dollar Tree haul. That might be our 200th video on this channel, so it might be extra long, but before those 2 weeks, there will be other videos. If you guys like horror movies, I do about 95% horror movies on this channel, so stick around for that. And anyway, there'll be a relevant playlist at the bottom. It will be my hauls playlist, so if you guys want to see this series from the very beginning, you can check it out there. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Hauls playlist at the bottom.